What's up? Welcome to another edition of the Sports Office. Man, there's a lot going on. The house is full.
My gosh.
By the way, Zoom right there. Click on it. Ouch.
Ooh,
click on it. Man.
Oh!
I'm electric tonight. That'll pop you in over here. Tommy will pull you up. We'll put you on the show. We'd love to see you. James is in the house. Zebo's over here. Thank you, Z. House band getting warmed up. James is here. And Wojo is right here. Woj!
Uh-oh.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Hey!
Hey, Woj!
Happy Thanksgiving Eve!
Oh, yeah. So, do you have a big meal on Thanksgiving Eve?
Well, it's no, I don't. No, I hold it for tomorrow's big game at Ford's Field.
I figured he'd be going out. It's a big bar night, so where are we going tonight, Woj?
That is true, actually.
I'll meet you after the shows.
Woj, this is where killers would say, this is where the amateurs go out.
Yeah. Hello, amateur here.
Amateur.
Oh. All right, Woj. So, would today and Frank Ragnow news reach the level of gobsmacked?
Well, yeah, I get. I hesitate to say it's shocking, since it made such perfect sense all along. We always said, well, he retired pretty early. They have a huge hole there. But when there was no evidence of him, even I think recently, like a month ago, Campbell said, I think that ship has sailed. He's got another kid on the way. He's doing great. So when you heard that, you're like, okay, well, that ship has sailed. And the ship just sailed back into Fort Lions, didn't it? Even just emotionally and mentally for the Lions and their fans, uplifting. And I'm sure he's not going to come back weighing 450 pounds or something.
I worry about him going the other way. I worry about him being like, 245 or something. I don't want him coming back looking like, Isaac Tesla. I need him to look like Frank. And I mean, not to get ahead of it, Woj, and we'll talk about some of the other angles, but I mean, I got to assume this means he's feeling good and he's kind of back, and if things go okay, he's got 2 years left on his contract. This means next year, which really changes your off-season shopping list, right?
Well, it does, and it also, we don't know this, so I'm merely speculating, okay?
That's what we do.
Hello? I assume they're giving him a little boost to come back, don't you think?
I feel like there was something about his contract not being quite right before he left. And that's not why he left. I don't want to say that at all.
No.
But I would imagine maybe a little sweetener.
People wonder, why is Brad Holmes sitting on his salary cap money so much? I'm not saying this is the whole reason at all. But, you save it for a rainy day, and the Lions have been going through some rainy days. And I also got to believe, because the team and the other offensive linemen are so close with Ragnow, that he might have heard from a few of them, not whining like, come back and save us, Frank. But I'm sure he heard that they were a bit down in the dumps, and he saw them play. And being away from the game, you can get rejuvenated and healed up. So I think it's nothing, but I bet the rest of the NFC North today, in their little NFC North Thanksgiving meal when they all get together, they're probably going, gosh darn it, those darn Lions got him back.
But, I mean, it's interesting if you look at it, and I don't know what the future for Graham is. He's got a knee injury. He's not going to play this week. We know that. I don't know how significant it is. But just projecting ahead, let's just for a minute say that Frank's okay. The idea of Ragnow, Ratledge, Panay, and Decker, and then you can figure out the other guard, you're back to having a really nice offensive line. And they struggled a bit this year. It didn't look the same, and you saw the difference in the offensive output.
Right, and don't we still expect Christian Mahogany to come back before the end of the season, perhaps?
Yeah, perhaps late in the season. And if you're looking ahead, maybe that's a spot where Glasgow, Mahogany, and Miles Frazier fight it out for that other guard spot.
Right, and even if, and obviously there will be some transition to get back into physical condition to play NFL football for Ragnow, But I don't think there's much of a mental transition. I mean, he was as sharp as there can be. Those communication issues we've heard about on the offensive line. You would think at the very least those would go away fairly.
Yeah, because he is the source of communication. He's the guy
Correct.
that, in particular, man, you saw it against the Vikings. When you're up against a team like that, that throws you all those different looks and you don't know who's bringing the heat, that's the guy you love to have before the snap, and then he's really good after the snap too. So, and he's good at snapping. So,
and even before the snap.
Yeah, before, during, and after. He's got all that covered. Woj, tomorrow's game, what are you looking for? Obviously, this is a massive game where the Lions are concerned. If you lose it, the Packers have 2 in their back pocket against you. You're doubling up. You're then a game and a half behind them, and we don't know what Chicago's going to do. We assume they'll lose to Philadelphia because you told me they're frauds, right?
Well, everybody says the Bears are frauds. Come on. That's
I'm just checking.
They got to start losing eventually.
Yeah. Well, obviously, the Packers defense is very good. They're much more defensive oriented than offensive oriented, and their offense is still a little banged up. Jordan Love, since that hot start, remember early in the year, remember way back then with people, Jordan Love, an under-the-radar MVP candidate. You don't see that really at all. He has maybe an ouchy shoulder, as they say. So to me, it's the Lions' offense against the Packers' defense, and they got that Micah Parsons guy and Rashawn Gary. Those guys get a lot of pressure, and you got to believe the Lions can do something. I know they're shorthanded on the offensive line, but do something to scheme it up a little bit and get Jared Goff a little bit more time, because if the Lions are going to be unable to throw the ball downfield at all, which they haven't done it at all much of the season, they're always going to run into this problem. And I really think they need to do. I mean, they can't just count on, or maybe they can, 16-yard Jahmyr Gibbs runs every game. But maybe they can.
Yeah.
Who do you worry more about being out tomorrow? And I understand everybody's a big hit, but you have no Graham Glass now and no Brock Wright. Which one really screams at you?
No Khalif Raymond.
No Khalif Raymond.
And I don't, listen, the guy back there returning punts, and I'm assuming it's going to be Tom Kennedy. We'll see. That is a precarious spot. You want to make sure you're sure-handed back there. And Leaf is. So I don't want to make light of that at all. That's a big miss.
No, I agree, but I would still say, and I know he's been struggling at times, I would still say starting center.
Agree.
Glasgow is the guy that you can least afford to lose out of that group. Although I think you mentioned earlier, Dapper Dan, any tight ends going to catch any passes tomorrow? Anybody around?
Ross Dwelly, first TD at plus 2,500, folks.
There you go. It's up on the board, plus 2,500 for Ross Dwelly.
Ross Dwelly, first TD. You're welcome, folks.
Yeah, you just made that name up, right?
I have to keep saying Ross instead of Russ because I thought it was Russ, but it's Ross Dwelly.
Ross Dwelly, and Ferkser will be the other tight end.
You could say any first name in the world, I'd believe
Very
you.
careful when you say that name.
Yeah, say it again, Dan.
Ferkser. All right, so that's tomorrow. You'll be on with us 10 a.m. Game Day Live. We look forward to that. It's always a fun show on Thanksgiving, and I think there's going to be food involved, which we like. So we're looking forward to that. Doge, there will be not much rest for you because on Saturday you will be in the big house for Michigan, Ohio State. They've won 4 in a row, some of them when we didn't think they were going to win necessarily. What is your outlook on this game? And I know you have pointed out to me that Ohio State not necessarily battle-tested by the schedule this year. Fair?
Oh, very fair. The Big Ten, I know nobody likes to hear this around here, but the Big Ten is down this year. 3 or 4 good teams at the top, and then everybody else. I mean, even, like the Penn States and UCLAs of the world. But that said, what the Buckeyes have done to those opponents is astonishing. I mean, well, I guess not astonishing, but it's dominant. And that, that Matt Patricia guy, he runs
I remember him.
Yeah. The Buckeyes are like 1, 2, 3, or 4 in like every defensive, nationally ranked, in every defensive category you can think of. They haven't given up more than 16 points in a game all year, and yet you look at the 10-point spread, and yet you think, well, okay, Ohio State's not going to lose 5 in a row, and this team might be even more talented than the team that won the national title last year. In some ways, I know I can't say this because last year's win
was a shocker.
Yeah, it was as shocked as I've ever been. This one wouldn't be that shocking, but it would be pretty shocking just because, I mean, they really are prime. Now, that said, Michigan has the ingredients they generally use against Ohio State, a running game, pretty good defense that can get after the quarterback rather. My concern is their youth along the offense. Freshman quarterback, 3 redshirt freshmen on the offensive line. I don't know if they'll have the seasoned experience to plow through the Buckeyes.
So draw me up the Ryan Day game plan to lose this game, because last year it felt like it was his arrogance that kind of, and his desire to just pound Michigan into submission that cost him in that game. They didn't feel like they did what they normally do.
Right. Well, I mean, here's the game plan, and it wouldn't necessarily be his fault. 32 degrees, wind blowing sharply from the south-southwest at 30 miles per hour, a little bit of snow, and they have good running backs, Bo Jackson, but they don't have the unbelievable power backs they've had before. And if they struggle to run and have to throw it too much, you're not going to be able to throw, I don't think, on Saturday and win the game by throwing with the alleged weather conditions. But if that's what he tries to do, everybody seems to think Day has worked through he's changed his approach to a certain, got a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, more emphasis of the trenches and the running game, and maybe he will. I mean, he's a good enough coach. He should be able to figure it out. But I could still see them feeling they have to pass the ball a bit because they might struggle to run. And that's your pathway to Buckeye disaster again.
It's going to be fun. Hey, Woj, you can answer this question if you'd like, or you can take a pass. On Monday, is Jonathan Smith the head coach at Michigan State?
John C. Smith.
No, Jonathan Smith. Not John Allen.
I was thinking of someone else. Yeah. I say he is. And I only base this on, other than the record, that's certainly evidence to the contrary. But other than that, there's no, I mean, you would think there'd be a murmur or a candidate, but maybe the new AD, Jay Batten, is really getting close to the vest. Myself, I would move on if I was the AD, but money matters in this situation. So by a slim margin, I think he'll still be around. Yeah,
maybe they're hoping somebody else will come along and do what happened for James Franklin, is somebody gets a job and the buyout gets knocked down a little bit. I mean, it's lifeless right now. There's just nothing there. And it feels like if you bring him back, it's going to be a collective yawn from the Spartan faithful. And if not, apathy maybe. Well, it will, but I mean, you could get a collective yawn with whoever you hire next. Unless you have some drop-dead candidate that will wow people, and I don't think they're in the mix for Lane Kiffin or anything. So
it's actually one of the schools not in the mix for Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
The only one, I
think it says LSU, Florida, MSU. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a tough spot, and I actually think they're going to beat Maryland, having watched Maryland last week. And Maryland, with all due respect to anybody who roots for those little Terps.
He's not.
Unfortunately, he's not here.
Doge, you're the best. Appreciate it, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, for Lions Game Day Live.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Woj. Appreciate it. Wojo joining us right there. You'll see him on Fox 2 tomorrow morning as well. He is the master of all sports, as we just covered Lions. We covered college football. Man, we got so much going on. We'll come back, talk some Pistons on the other side, some Red Wings, some everything. We're going to take your Zoom calls right there.
There you go. You got it.
Bang. All right, house band, play us out. We'll be right back on the Sports Office. Welcome back, Sports Office. Here we go. We're going to take your Zoom calls. Who we got in there, Tommy?
We got Nicholas.
Nicholas in the house. What's up, man? I like the
How y'all
fit.
doing?
I like the fit. Looks good, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think that's Barry.
What jersey you got
Yes,
on?
it is.
Very
Ah,
nice.
very nice.
Okay.
1 touchdown away. He called 8 catches, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns for St. Brown. 1 touchdown away. He had
All right,
9
man.
catches.
We're on the eve of the game. Hit us. What happens tomorrow?
Yep, I gotta get y'all my predictions. So
Let's go.
I've been doing my
You raced
studying,
Dwelly. You
and
raced Dwelly.
I have decided to make a prediction about Jahmyr Gibbs again.
Oh.
Well, it worked out the first
Oh.
time.
Oh.
Worked out the first
Yes.
time.
So I think that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get 110 rushing yards.
Not bad.
I think he's going to get 35 receiving yards. And I think he's going to get at least 1 touchdown.
Okay. I like it.
1 TD. All right. Who wins the game?
Lions. You got to go with the Lions. Come on.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on.
He is way more confident than I am.
All right. That's what I like to hear. That's what I,
I think
like to
week
hear.
1 was just a scrimmage game for us.
Well,
I mean, yeah, but
they won the scrimmage.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
Yeah.
Decisively. So Lions, you know what? I think they understand what happened that night. Tate Ratledge called it the worst game of his career. That includes the fact that he's never had a losing season since middle school. He's in his life. He told me he's never had a losing season, which is an insane thing.
it's a crazy stat.
Yeah, never have a losing season. I mean, that's crazy.
Nope.
So we'll see what happens. We're looking forward to it. Band is always playing. Man.
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
go.
Warming up.
Yeah, they just get going. So, all right, Nicholas, appreciate it, man. You have a great Thanksgiving. We got you
Thank you,
picked
Nick.
up here. We'll see what happens. We appreciate that.
Is Tate the only guy who looks weird without a mullet? Because that's a weird look.
Tate Ratledge without
Yes.
a mullet?
I think he looks weirder without the mullet than with the mullet.
That's like a hot dog without a bun.
I
Just
think
doesn't
so.
work.
It
Yeah.
doesn't work. I
Just
felt
the-
weird.
Yeah, it just sits
when they
on the
showed him
plate.
on the sideline and he had no mullet, I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah, no, but he's probably got sick of people talking about it. Did he shave it? I haven't seen
Yeah,
it. Did he?
Tate Ratledge doesn't have a mullet as of last week.
Oh, that's-
He was warming
I
up
didn't
and people were taking
I
pictures.
didn't even know. Okay.
Well, I mean,
all
you're
right.
used to people wearing their helmets on, so you probably don't even know like
Yeah,
what they look like.
I probably wouldn't recognize him now, but no, I think these guys. Listen, not having Glasgow is significant. That changes
Pretty-
the offensive
pretty
line. I
scary.
assume Tristan Colon will step in at center for him, but it's you're missing some key guys. Brock Wright, that's another big loss because that's a guy that without Laporta in there picks up things at tight end, and I think at this point, Dwelly is a nice blocker. But you're not looking at much production from your tight end. So
5
other
career
guys are going to have to
touchdowns
step up.
in 10 years for Ross.
Yeah,
Dwelly.
I mean, it's not really been his role in the NFL, but other guys are going to have to step up. Look, Tesla's going to have to step up, and whoever's out there playing receiver, other guys. We got to get J-Mo going. No catches in the last game. Got to get him going.
It
Just
seems-
get the ball in his hands.
It seems like if Isaac Tesla is ever going to have a big game, it's now. And you want someone for like 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, goal line. This is where he has to step up because now if double team St. Brown, and what do you do right now? I mean, I'm
especially
terrified
without Leaf in there.
Yeah.
because that's significant. That's your third receiver. That's a speed guy that you don't have in there. Who knows? Maybe Lovett gets some snaps. I have no idea.
Maybe.
Kennedy, like I said, probably comes up with the depth at receiver being a question. So, I mean, it's all hands on deck. You don't want to lose this game. You lose this game, you go a game and a half down to Green Bay. They've got 2 wins against you in the pocket, and that becomes difficult. And then, we're all rooting for Philadelphia on Friday against Chicago.
I was just about to say, the worst nightmare this week is a Lions loss and somehow a Bears win.
Oh, that would just be horrific.
It
It's
would be
you would
the
be
worst
up
thing
here
ever.
from Ragnow to down here trying to figure out what your path is after that. Because let me tell you something, the Dallas game's going to be tough.
It's gonna be
and
real
LA
tough.
is probably playing the best football of anybody in the NFL right now, and you're going there after that.
And I want to add something else. San Francisco has a really easy schedule the rest of the year, which makes me think, I don't know if the North gets maybe more than one team if Dallas keeps winning. So, because you're going to have San
Dallas
Fran.
is sitting on 5 losses right now, right?
It's
They're
5-5 and
So
1.
you got a chance to make it 6 losses for them.
Correct.
So we will see what happens there. But no, I have felt that the NFC North is just going to beat each other up the rest of the way. Remember, Green Bay plays Chicago twice.
Correct. Green Bay has the hardest schedule the rest of the year.
I mean, there's a lot left out there, and Chicago's schedule is very difficult the rest of the way.
It is.
So they got to figure out how they're going to do it. And I think, look, they've led a charmed existence, respectfully. They've led a charmed existence. I mean, 6 wins now in the final minute?
Yeah. I think the worst one.
At least 5.
The worst one for them right now is 6 wins against backup quarterbacks. Chicago's really had an easy
that was
schedule.
a bummer that Rodgers didn't play. I don't know what Pittsburgh would have done with or without Rodgers, but listen, it's a different world facing Mason Rudolph than it is facing Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
so
I mean, they just got to lose. They got to.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, look, the great thing about the Lions is it's all right there for them. They can handle their own business. They don't need help from anybody else. They're going to get some because these teams are going to lose. Somebody's going to get hot in the North, but even getting hot, they're going to take a couple of shots the rest of the way.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. These schedules are too tough right now for these teams. So it is by all means going to be fun. Tomorrow is going to be electric. It is a meaningful game. It is the tradition of the Packers. It is the tradition of Thanksgiving Day. And understanding what this game means in the larger scope of things is going to be a lot of fun. So, and then Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome.
It's crazy
Maryland, Michigan State, you kidding me? Kidding.
You totally caught me off guard. I was ready to talk about the game.
We kid because we love. I mean, look, it's better for our business when the Spartans are good. So right now, business isn't great, but we're hoping that they get better.
It's like the only team in the state that isn't good.
Fired up, Z. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back. Much more coming up on the other side. Glad you are with us on this edition of the Sports Office. Hey, we got a lot going on tonight. Wings playing, Pistons playing, trying to get to 14 in a row, set a new team record.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That is nuts.
and Boston's not going to go down easily. Listen, they are a proud veteran team led by Jaylen Brown, so you know it's going to be a battle. So we'll see what happens there, and we'll obviously have it all for you coming up later tonight. Fox News 10 and The Edge at 11 I'll ask you the same question. We got about 30 seconds to go. Jonathan Smith, the coach of Michigan State next week?
I would say it should be no, but it will be yes.
It kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
It feels like because they haven't came out and made a statement that he is staying, that they're embarrassed.
That might be their plan, is they're just going to keep it quiet and then do something. But I just wish I felt like there was more life in him to bring life into the program. I haven't seen anything that indicates to me that he's going to get this right.
Real quick, Michigan beat Ohio State?
No.
All right, well, there you go.
This year. But I would have said that last year.
I agree with them.
So don't
OSU
take anything
wins.
from me. Peace. See you later.
Happy Thanksgiving.